Today the schedule is a little different. We'll speak a little bit about Lord Nrsimha. Lord Nrsimha is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in the Bhagavad-Gita, it is described that the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears in many forms. But in 3 forms in particular, he appears with all his opulences, namely in the forms of Lord Krishna, in the form of Lord Ramachandra, and in the form of Lord Nrsimha. So that's Srila Rupa Goswami speaking. And so Lord Nrsimha, therefore, is one of our principal deities. Therefore, especially these 3 days, Krishna Janmashtami, Ram Navami, and Nrsimha Caturdasi are being observed and celebrated with great importance. So this is actually one of our main festivals. Of course, Gurpanim is also there, and Chinamya Superior's Day, and anyway, Jagannath Rath Yatra, you name it, there's always a festival. But nonetheless, the Nrsimha Caturdasi is special because in this form, the Lord is especially manifest and therefore especially merciful. I like to think of Lord Nrsimha in relation to how he appeared, in relation to Prahlad Maharaj, and how Lord Nrsimha appeared in that ghastly form from the pillar, that he had Vajranaga and Vajradamsta, that he had teeth like thunderbolts, nails like thunderbolts, drops of blood in his manes, his fierce tongue licking his lips. Lord Nrsimha was gigantic, much larger than Hiranyakasipu, much larger by far. So that fierce form of the Lord who appeared in this world out of anger is a symbol of the soft-heartedness of the Supreme Lord. Because think about it, why did he appear? He appeared because he felt that his devotee, Prahlad, was about to be killed by Hiranyakasipu. And then out of his soft-heartedness, out of his love for his devotee, he took this ghastly form. So the anger was a symptom of his soft-heartedness. Therefore, the Nrsimha is especially soft-hearted. I think that's important to remember with all that blood and all those, intestines and all the other nails like thunderbolts and all these things, because it can be a little bit distracting. As we saw the demigods, they were distracted. They couldn't quite get it, that here was the most soft-hearted manifestation of the Lord. No, they saw his anger and so on. So we might also miss that point. How Lord Nrsimha is especially compassionate in protecting the devotee and in driving out the demons. Now, as we understand within us, the play made that quite clear. Which one is it, at which time of the day? Which one's coming out right now, the devotee or the demon? Or in half an hour from now? It's hard to say. It seems to change as fast as the weather, or faster even. So, in this way, we don't know. We don't know how we can overcome. But Lord Nrsimha will protect the devotee and will drive out our demons also. So therefore, in Mayapur, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote the Navavidya Mahatmya, which is a book which describes all the holy places in Navadvip Dham, and also there is a description of the Sringapali. And interestingly, then after he has written a book describing all these holy places and how Lord Nrsimhadev came there to wash his hands and to rest after Hiranyakasipu was killed, and that then all the demigods also took their residences there, that we can read in the Navadvip Mahatmya. But then, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote another book called the Navadvip Bhavataranga. And in the Navadvip Bhavataranga, he describes what he was going through when he came to that place. And he describes that he fell flat before Lord Nrsimhadev, and that he just started praying to Lord Nrsimhadev, please, please, take away all these demonic tendencies in me. Please destroy all these remnants, so that I may become an unalloyed pure devotee, so that I may become eligible to serve Radhadesh. In this way, we depend on Lord Nrsimhadev. We depend on His mercy. All the various rituals that we perform are not rituals at all. All these so-called rituals are rather essentials, essential activities, because we need the mercy of all these deities. We need the mercy of Gornitai, otherwise, Nitai Pada Vinabai, without the lotus feet of Nityananda, no chance. We need the mercy of Lord Jagannath, so that we can pull his chariot, and in that way, and we pull his chariot in the direction of Vrindavan, and then, as we pull the chariot is behind us, so we're bringing Jagannath to Vrindavan. Then, who will reach first? We will reach Vrindavan before him, because we're pulling. That is the thing. And then, Lord Nrsimhadev, who will remove the remnants of sinful activities in our heart. We are in this way. We're also looking at Lord Nrsimhadev. He was the deity that appeared to the Daityas. So therefore, in South India, it was considered that Lord Nrsimhadev was especially merciful because he came for the demons, and therefore everyone and anyone can go into the Nrsimha temples. Whereas all the other temples, there is strict entrance, but not the temples of Lord Nrsimhadev. So Lord Nrsimhadev is very merciful, and in that way, very suitable for us. Still, we see that in our movement, initially, well, let's say, Srila Prabhupada in the Matchless Gift storefront was only singing Hare Krishna. He was singing Om Jnana Timirandhasya, the entire Mangala Charan, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and then Hare Krishna. And then ending with Premadvani, doing arti with 2 bells, and that was it. But it is said that later, when Srila Prabhupada became ill, then he taught Yadurani this prayer. He said the devotees can sing this prayer and ask the Lord to protect me from death. And they may pray to the Lord and ask and say, my spiritual master has not finished his work. Please allow him to stay longer. And from that time on, the prayer entered into ISKCON. And then Srila Prabhupada made it a customary practice that practically after every arati, whenever there was kirtan, there would always be Nrsimha prayers. So we chant so many Nrsimha prayers in ISKCON continuously throughout the day, many times. It is because we especially need this Vigna Vinasa. And we especially need this removal of all these demoniac tendencies, of our materialistic tendencies. So that is our first prayer. Because we may pray to the Lord for protection in danger. And then by some miracle, we may be saved from death. We say, the Sringadev, the Lord saved me. Yeah. But it doesn't always work, because some devotees also die in accidents, some devotees get killed. It happens over the years. And where was the Sringadev then? What happened when there are some devotees who got shot, devotees who died in accidents, and so on? And what about that? Where was the Sringadev then? Did he protect them? No, he did. He did protect them. Well, it didn't quite look like he protected them. No, he did protect them. Then, how did he protect them? The Lord did not protect their bodies, but the Lord protected the soul. And that is our faith. Ultimately, it is the soul. The Lord is... Those who take shelter of the Lord, it is their eternal destiny that is protected. A temporary one, maybe, sometimes, maybe not. No guarantee on that one. And one day it's all over. When you're 99 and you go in the Sringadev, it's probably not going to work. Probably broken. But it will work in the sense that our eternal destiny, and in that way, we are most fortunate. It is said that they asked Prahlad, how come when you were thrown in a pit with snakes that you were not afraid? Prahlad said, my father is sleeping on a bed of snakes. Then, if a child plays on his father's bed, is he then afraid? No, I had no reason to be afraid. Oh, Prahlad, but they gave you poison. They gave you poison. Said like, my father, he appeared from an ocean of poison in the form of Dhanvantari. So, then why do I have to be afraid? So in this way, Prahlad was extremely fearless, not just externally taking shelter of the Lord, but totally fearless because he had such a transcendental vision that he was by no means was Prahlad impressed by the material conditions. See, we may not be so impressed by many things, but I think I would be impressed if a whole bunch of guys come at me with swords and tridents. I would sort of be impressed. Right? If there's a pit with snakes, I would be impressed. If you take me up a mountain and the cliff goes straight down and next I'm supposed to go down, I would be impressed. I have been testing myself in many circumstances and I was impressed. When snakes were very close, I was impressed. Someone goes, snake, snake, snake! Right? But it didn't say where. It was on a branch next to my head. And I'm looking, snake, snake, snake. What snake? You know, where is it? I understood it was a snake, but it didn't tell me where. That was useless. Anyway, they were joking about it for days. You know, snake, snake, snake. But Prahlad was totally transcendental because Prahlad deeply trusted in the Supreme Lord. He was not putting his faith in his own strength, in his own speed, in his own eyes, as we would. He was simply putting his faith in the Supreme Lord. Shara Sapta Visvahakara Kahe Subhida Nischai Krishna Bhakti Koil Sarvakam Krita Hare. That is faith, firm faith. Faith that if one takes shelter in Krishna, that all good will come. So this is the amazing feature that we see in Prahlad Maharaj. And somehow or other, on the caturdasi, we begin to glorify Lord Nrsimha. We begin to describe how he ripped Hiranyakasipu to pieces. And then we come to Prahlad, and in the end we're only talking about Prahlad. And we just continue to talk about Prahlad because Prahlad is such an extraordinary devotee, so completely full of trust in the Supreme Lord. And it is that trust that is essential. That we just trust. Krishna is my unconditional well-wisher. And I have nothing to worry. I am completely in his care. And my business is simply to take shelter of him and to serve him, and everything is fine. There is absolutely no cause of any anxiety. So this is our meditation. And that is very wonderful. One famous chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam is dedicated to the prayers of Prahlad. And these prayers of Prahlad, they are very, very deep. It is said that when you are decorating your face, then your face in the mirror is automatically also decorated. We can see as we put tilak. So, in the same way, as Prahlad is describing, as we are worshipping the Lord, and we are decorating the Lord, actually we are the ones who get the result. We make offerings to the Lord, but we get the result. That is Prahlad's point. Prahlad is also saying that he doesn't want to go to the spiritual world alone. But Prahlad is actually desiring to take all those foolish, he wants to deliver all these foolish conditioned souls. In this way, Prahlad is most compassionate. It is said that in Chaitanya Lila, it is Prahlad returns as Vasudev Datta, as the one who wants to take the sins of the entire universe on his head, and in that way deliver all the living beings in the universe. So Prahlad is in this way very, very compassionate. Not only preaching to his demoniac schoolmates, but Prahlad is concerned, deeply concerned with the benefit of all living beings. It is also said that Lord Nrsimha told Prahlad that after his surrender and the prayers he made, that he could ask for any benediction. And Prahlad is saying, no, I don't want any benediction. And generally the Vaishnavas are asking for the service of the Lord. So if they ask for any benediction, then they just simply ask for the service of the Lord, not for any other benediction. But Prahlad also said, no, he did not want to serve the Lord directly. He simply asked to continue to be allowed to serve his spiritual master, Narada Muni. Because after all, he was so indebted to Narada Muni. He owed everything to Narada Muni. Therefore, he could not give up his service in any way whatsoever. So in this way, we are remembering. And we are just about to end the Gora Arti, which we sort of went through with katha this time. And we're just about to embark, after she has blown the conch, on the next Arti for a coincidence.